don't know if anyone heard, but I'm just getting over a concussion. I don't seem to be experiencing any major symptoms. I did write a joke about it, but I forgot it. I don't know if anyone heard, but I'm just getting over a concussion. I don't seem to be experiencing any major symptoms. So my name is Rae Lockdust. Hi, everyone. And in case you didn't already assume my generation, I am a millennial. And I'm definitely one of those millennials you hear about on the news, I don't order cable, I'm an avid recycler, and according to my parents, I have inconvenient pronouns. But as I'm sure you can tell by looking at me, I had a rough time during puberty. I hoped it was like a phase at first. I'm taking my glasses off, they are dirty. Can you see this? I am gross. Anyway, back to puberty. I had a rough time during puberty, and I thought that it was a bit of a phase, something I grow out of, but eventually I realized it was part of who I was. So I sat down my Catholic Italian mother and my standard small-town normal father, and I said, Mom, Dad, I'm a vegetarian. And I have people ask, hey Rae, how's a vegetarian? Do you make your partners also eat vegetarian? I don't care what my partner's eating, as long as I'm still on the menu. Woo! And I'm never opposed to sharing a meal. But gender is a spectrum, and I am iridescent. Thank you. I've gone through like a lot of different identification titles and whatnot, and for a while I was like I am non-binary with gender, don't touch me. And so I was like, okay, so gender is just like my unicycle. I don't have a unicycle. I do have a bicycle. I prefer to call it a pancycle, it's just easier to explain to those outside of the cycle community, you know? But now that I've come to terms with being a trans man, I've realized that my masculinity is like a Harley Davidson. Some people are born to ride, and others get it as part of a midlife crisis. And now that I'm like going through the motions, I'm kind of thinking like is being a trans man a bit like chlamydia? Okay, hear me out. Do I have to go back and have some of those awkward disclosure conversations? Do I have to track down my former lovers and be like, hey, Kyle, remember that time that we, hey Dan, you know how we, John, remember that sex we had? That was gay. Gay. But hey, I don't think any of those men would be that happy with that information. But that just has a bit to say about my own tastes. I admit I have a history of not so positive representations of a healthy relationship. Abuse. Anyway. So it's kind of something like I've coped. I'm good. I'm in therapy. I'm medicated. But my current girlfriend, she has moments of insecurity where she's just like, I don't have a lot in common with your exes. I have to be like, hey, babe, I like that you listen to me. And you have a job, and you're not a sociopath. and my safe word doesn't just like help anymore. But she gives glowing Yelp reviews. And by that I mean literal yelps, and a stunning afterglow. Sometimes I get her going, like you know, the classic, oh God, and it's just like, why is he getting all the credit? All he does is watch. And, okay, so God's always watching. Grandma died and is with God, and is always watching. So, like, it's like Santa Claus, but with higher stakes. And if I masturbate, my grandma might tell my mom. And hell, that too. Whatever. So, as a child, age appropriate. As a child, I thought to myself, if I masturbate, I'm sinning, and if I'm sinning, I'm going to hell, and I don't want to go to hell because my mom will be mad. So, I made this deal with myself. Every time I wanted to masturbate, I would work out instead. So as you can imagine, I was a very jacked and angry teenager. And I'm sure you can tell, but I've been masturbating. I've pretty much lived alone during the pandemic, so like my fingers are practically pickles at this point. And I have some issues with anxiety, so like there are some perks of dating me, like you get to introduce me as a rescue to your friends. You've grown, but you've done it. So I met my girlfriend at the beginning of the pandemic over the internet, and I have found that with online dating, it's actually easier to get a penis than a pizza when it comes to using your phone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the penis always comes faster. So, in my journey of gender and everything, I get misgendered a lot because of society. Anyway, I get misgendered a lot, and it is something that gets to me. Like there are some times where I'm just like, all right, correct yourself and move on. There are other times where I'm like, come on. And it really ruffles my feathers, you know? It gets to me. It makes me kind of have to like build up and get stronger and just, you know, it's just like, okay, like many roosters before me, I was raised in the hen house. And I have to stop and let people know that I'm a clucking dude! I don't know if anyone heard, but I'm just getting over a concussion. I don't seem to be experiencing any major symptoms. I have to go.